Okay, so that line item indicator, line item display indicator, we need to select for all GL accounts. Okay, so line item display indicator, so further we will select mandatory for open item management GL accounts. Okay, so now we will discuss what is the open item GL, open item management. Okay, so this open item management, it is relevant for balance sheet GL accounts. Okay, it is relevant for balance sheet GL account. Okay, and those GL accounts okay, need or required to be clear in future. Okay, we need to select open item management indicator. Okay, open item management, it allows to maintain document status. It allows to maintain the document status as open, document status as open and clear. So GL accounts must be, okay, GL accounts must be clearing in nature. GL accounts must be clearing in nature. Okay, it is not relevant. It is not relevant for reconciliation account types. Reconciliation account accounts. Okay. The example for open item management related GL accounts, I would say that. Example. Let's say salaries payable. Okay. What is the accounting entry for salaries? Salaries account. Credit. Salaries payable account. Salaries payable. Until salaries is to be paid from the bank, the balance will be parked in this salaries payable account. Similarly, I would say that debit rent expenditure account. Okay. Credit rent payable account. Or I will also say that debit insurance account, credit insurance payable account, Okay. Okay. So why we required this open item management? Okay. As long as, because you cannot directly, so these are all the provisional, accounting entries. Okay, every month we are supposed to make the salaries, and later on sometime, so the bank is going to make the payment. Okay, so as long as bank is make the payments, for temporarily we will keep the amount. Okay, until original transaction, original or cash transaction takes place. Cash transaction takes place. The balance will be parked in open item management GL accounts. Open item management GL accounts. So with the open item management functionality, okay, business would know which payments are cleared and which payments are still in open status. Open status, it indicates that still business is obligatory to make the payments or to receive the payments. Okay, so this functionality, because business supposed to make the payment n number of payments, or business supposed to receive the n number of payments. Okay, so they cannot directly deal with the banks. Okay, initially the payments are going to be parked or sit in the open item GL accounts. Okay, let's say another example, I would say that, so best example for banks. Okay, so when the moment, so we can also say that bank outgoing GL accounts. Bank outgoing GL accounts. Okay, bank incoming GL accounts. Bank incoming GL accounts. Okay, these two are, I would say that we need to activate the indicator of open item management. Okay, so this both GL accounts are clearing in nature. Both GL accounts are clearing in nature. Okay. Another GL account, I would say that GRIR clearing account. GRIR clearing account. Okay. This is also clearing in nature. Clearing in nature. Tax GL accounts. Input tax GL account. Input tax GL account. And output tax GL account. Output tax GL account. Okay. So this is also clearing in nature. We have to select. We we need to select open item. These are a few examples for which GL accounts we will select open item management. Why I am saying that bank outgoing GL accounts? Okay, or what is the bank incoming GL account? Okay, the moment when the transaction takes place from the vendor, okay, what is the accounting entry it is going to happen? Okay, let's say vendor invoice posted. So coming classes we will understand in bank accounting what is outgoing bank GL account, what is the incoming GL account. Vendor invoice posted, invoice booked in SAP. What is the accounting entry? It is on credit, let's say. Okay, let's say whatever the material provided, okay, or material or service he provided, account debit. Okay, credit vendor account, vendor account. This actually normally this transaction it takes place when the invoice posted. So then when check is issued, and check is issued to the vendor, okay, below accounting transaction, below accounting entry it would take place. Okay, debit the vendor account, let's say some amount 10,000. Okay, credit, okay, check clearing account, check issued account, check issued account, or it can also call outgoing GL account. Bank outgoing bank outgoing GL account, because funds are moving out from this bank. Okay, bank outgoing GL account. Okay, I would say that normally it would take some time to create the to debit from the bank. Okay, so until check is realized, so the original transaction is not going to debited from the bank account. Okay, until the transaction has been realized, until the check is realized. Okay, so what happens? We have business issued check. Okay, to clear it, for clearing. Okay, let's say it will take 3 to 4 days or 1 week. Okay, so it's a depend on the bank norms in how many days the check is going to clear. Until that, where this amount has to sit. Okay, so until check is cleared, the balance will be parked in open item GL accounts. Open item GL accounts. Okay, that means this outgoing GL account we need to enable. Okay, so open item management GL account. When check is realized, okay, what is the transaction is going to take place? Debit bank outgoing GL account. Okay, 10,000. Now credit main bank GL account. Main bank GL account. Okay, 10,000. Okay, so this is how. So this GL account to be in open and clear. This open item management, it enables the functionality to open and document is in open and cleared status. Okay, similarly for customer payments also. Okay, so the moment when you have sold our products, what accounting entry is going to take place? Let's say when invoice booked for the customer in SAP. When this is vendor related. When customer invoice booked in SAP. Customer invoice booked in SAP. Okay, what is accounting entry? It is going to take place debit customer account like 10,000. Okay, credit. What is account? Pick incoming GL. Sorry, that service. Let's say products or sales account. I would say that sales account. Okay, 10,000. Okay. So when check deposited by the customer, when check deposited by the customer. Okay, what is accounting entry here? It takes place. So debit bank incoming GL account, incoming GL or check receive. Check receive GL account. Okay, so the amount I would say that 10,000. Let's say 10,000. Credit is customer account. It gets cleared. Okay, customer account is 10,000. When check is realized, when check is converted or realized from the bank. Okay, what is accounting entry here? Debit main bank GL account. Main bank GL account 10,000. Credit is out incoming GL account, bank incoming or check clearing account. Check clearing account. Okay. So here also until check is clearing. Here also until check is clearing, the balance will be parked. Open item GL account. Okay, that is open item GL account. Nothing but the GL account is in open status. The document is in open status. Okay, to enable the document open and clearing status. Okay, we must have to select open item management. So this GL accounts at the end. Okay, here also and another GL account I have noted here is GRIR clearing account. Normally, this GRIR clearing account. Sorry. Yes, guys, something somebody is speaking.
Yeah, it's me. Seems like GLs. Can you hear me?
Yes.
It seems like the GLs are like very in general, what I have been entries for AP and AR, there will be only 2 GLs, right? The controlling
I can get you. Your voice is not clear, Manish.
In generic, we'll post only 2 general ledgers in AP and AR. It's controlling account, AP control and AR control. So here, the GLs like clearing account and all, it's very confusing for me. Because when we post on any expense in AP, it's like expense account debit to AP control account credit. And when the payment done, AP control account debit to bank account credit.
Okay, have you observed? Yeah, I understand your question. You are working in accounts payable, right?
Yes, accounts payable.
Okay, accounts payable when vendor invoice is posted. Okay, so what is the accounting entry it gets posted?
It's expense account to AP control account.
AP control nothing but that is the vendor account.
Yes.
Okay, that normally you see that vendor account, and in GL view you will also be able to see that reconciliation account. Okay, GL view, see for every document it is posted, we have entry view, we have GL view. In entry view, what you will see, debit that expenditure account, credit that AP control account. That is the vendor number.
Yes.
And in GL view, you will see the reconciliation account that you have been assigned in the vendor master data. That is to be credited. So that is the accounting entry posted at the time of invoice. Okay. So when you run the payment or when you make the payment, so by using F110 or normal payment F-53. So what is the accounting entry it is going to take place?
Bank account, AP control account through bank account.
What is the account? Corresponding second entry?
When we make payment, it's like AP control will be debited.
Yes, I understand. So normally how we make the payments, either manual payment or automatic payment. So that is automatic payment program F110. Have you observed when you make the payment F-53, let's say F-53 where you can directly make the payment, okay, or you can also issue the check. If it is a small organization where you do not, where the business is having clear visibility, so directly they can make the payments. In that case, clearing account is not required. So when you are having the more transactions, have you observed that clearing account, the corresponding credit GL account in the GL master data? So have you observed that open item management is activated or not?
No, I haven't.
The next process here, see, here vendor invoice or customer invoice, how it will be cleared, how the actual payment is going to make the customer or to make the payment to the supplier or to receive the payment from the customer. So what happens in accounts payable? So first we book the invoice. When you are booking the invoice, the expenditure account will be debited and vendor account will be credited. So when your check is issued, or here this can be done F-53 and also F110. Here you are not directly going to make the payment from the main bank GL account. So if you observe this corresponding credit GL account, okay, this is a clearing GL account. So when you are going to reconcile bank reconciliation statements, where this GL account is going to debited and from the main bank GL account would be credited. Okay, so have you worked in a bank reconciliation account EBRS?
Yes, I was.
So have you observed the clearing accounts when you are uploading in MT940? After MT940, so what is the observation have you observed?
MT940 and F100 is the terminology is very new for me, but how
yes, it's a terminology new, but we are trying to make understand others why we require open item management. Okay, slowly we'll understand. So the moment when we come to AP, so in AP we will see this open item management, and AR we will see the open item management. The more or less we will see when we are going to discuss about bank reconciliation statements, especially these two GL accounts. I was talking about outgoing GL account, bank incoming GL account. These two GL accounts, the essence of these two GL accounts we can clearly understand when we are going to discuss automatic payment program and when we are going to discuss about EBRS, electronic bank reconciliation statement. Okay, before I was just trying to make you to understand for which GL accounts we need to select open item management. So the functionality little bit. Okay, so vendor invoice is posted, what is the accounting entries when you are making the payment or check is issued or deposited, so what is accounting entry? Okay, so slowly you will be able to understand, not an issue.
Okay.
All right, so now now we are talking about GRIR clearing account. So for this GL account also we need to select open item management. Okay, so GRIR clearing account, this account is get triggered. So this also, this GL account triggered from the material management. Material management. Okay. So the moment, let's say here the GRIR clearing account where purchase order is created, towards the supplier. Okay. So to provide some materials, we have created purchase order to the supplier. Okay. Supplier provided material to the business against purchase order. So here the accounting entry is going to take place. That particular inventory material account debit raw material or the material account debited, let's say come 10,000, and here credit DR goods receipt and invoice receipt clearing account. Okay, so GRIR nothing but goods receipt, invoice receipt clearing account. Okay, 10,000. When actually invoice is booked in SAP. So the GRIR clearing account is going to be debited, nullified. GRIR clearing account 10,000 and credit vendor account. So that means for GRIR clearing account also open item management is mandatory. So finally the observation is, okay, so those GL accounts managed with open item management, okay, those GL accounts managed with open item management balances always be zero. Always be zero. Okay, so that means it is a clearing always. Okay, so let's say if you talk about this GRIR clearing account, until your invoice is booked, so the balance will be parked in GRIR clearing account. When vendor invoice is posted, then this GRIR clearing account is going to be nullified. So finally, what is the balance of this GRIR clearing account? Since we have managed with open item management, is zero. Similarly, if you observe here customer invoice also, okay, so we have activated open item management for bank incoming GL account. So until, okay, original transaction, until this check conversion, so the balance will be parked in bank incoming GL account. Once the check is converted into cash, that means the payment is received by the bank. Okay, so this GL account, it gets nullified, the balance would become 0. Similarly, for the vendor invoice also, okay, until check is converted into cash, the balance will be parked in outgoing GL account. So thereafter, the balance, it will become 0. So for certain GL accounts, already I have mentioned here, salaries account, salaries payable account. So when original transaction takes place, so next to transaction it takes place, debit the salaries payable account, salaries payable account, credit bank account. Okay, bank account. Here the balance of the salaries payable account would become 0. Similarly, for rent payable and insurance payable as well. So the observation is here, those GL accounts which you managed with open item management, at the end, those GL accounts should have always 0 balance. Okay, so here there are two things you need to understand. Okay, when you go to the interview, so people will ask you for which GL accounts we are supposed to manage with open item management. Okay, you have to clearly tell that open item management indicator is relevant for only balance sheet GL accounts that should be clearing in nature. Okay, you do also have normal, balance sheet GL accounts, let's say share capital or loan accounts, okay, or other, debt, bank loan accounts or long-term debt or short-term debt. Do we need to maintain the open item management for all those GL accounts? No, those GL accounts are not in clearing nature. You have borrowed money, that borrowed amount or that funds will be sit in that GL accounts remain. Okay, but for these GL accounts, there is a condition. So what we are saying, that the condition that must be clear in nature. Okay, it should be relevant for balance sheet GL account. That balance sheet GL account should be in clearing nature. Let's take the example and explain them. See, because open item management functionality is very, very important. All your balance sheet GL accounts, 60% of the GL accounts we would maintain with open item management. Okay, so 2 points we need to remember for the open item management. It should be balance sheet GL account. It should be clearing in nature of the, it should be clearing in nature in future. Okay, as long as it has not been cleared, so the balance will be sit in the open item management GL account. So this open item management, it allows to maintain the document in open status or cleared status. Okay, let us create a few GL accounts with open item management. Okay, so, and another thing, line item display indicator is mandatory for open item GL accounts. Of course, we can select a line item display for all types of the GL accounts. Even if you don't select the line item display indicator also, no harm. But for open item management, it is mandatory to select line item display indicator. Line item display indicator is mandatory to be select open item GL accounts. Open item management based GL accounts. Okay, let us create few GL accounts. Any questions from anyone? All right. So this tax related GL accounts we will understand in future. If I discuss more on the output tax, input tax, so you are going to be completely in confusion. Okay. So I'll create two GL accounts. Salaries payable account, salaries payable GL account, rent payable GL accounts, insurance payable GL account, then DRIR clearing account. Okay, so outgoing bank GL account, incoming GL account, we will discuss in bank accounting. Okay, so this GL accounts will create now. For all these GL accounts, I will create one group account number. So that is payable GL account. Okay, group GL account is we will create under the group data of accounts payable GL account, or I'll say that group payable GL account. This payable account will create payable GL account. Okay, so this is FSP0. Open item management indicator. So the terminology, what we are discussing here, what you see in the real time is quite different. Okay, normally you guys are those who guys are working in accounts payable. So you used to say that account. I mean, what is that? What is the terminology you have used, Mahesh? Account payable control, right?
Yeah, AP control. Yeah.
AP control, right? So that is the terminology. Okay. So similarly, AR control GL account for customers. The terminology is just that's a different in the real time how business will manage. And the name convention for the GL accounts, it will be quite different. So what I am saying here, bank outgoing GL account, but in the real time, what people will use bank, check clearing accounts or check clearing account, check receiver. If it is a check deposited clearing account. If it is issued check clearing account. The name convention for GL accounts would be vary. Okay, what we are noting down here is a generic name convention for the GL accounts. Okay, you need to see in the GL master data, observe the GL accounts properties in the GL master data. Let's say for you today, okay, so since you are working in AP, when the invoice is posted, what is the accounting entry? You said that expenditure account, AP control account. Then original payment is made. So the payment is made, they have made over the F-53 or F110. When they made the payment by using the automatic payment program, what is the accounting entry it has been posted? Okay, that account pay, AP control account debited, and against that outgoing GL account, that is a check clearing account. Observe that check clearing account in the GL master data, whether they enabled open item management or not. Yes, definitely it has been enabled open item management, because when they are going to run the EBRS, bank reconciliation statement, when they are going to upload the bank statement in FF67 or in FEBAN, okay, so that when the original and the transaction it has been taken place at the time of F110, so that GL account is going to be clear when business is uploading the bank statement. Okay, so that just observe how the GL accounts are being cleared. All right. So first we will define the group GL account. Okay, let us create page G00. Under the liabilities, I'll take 250. Already we created. So bills payable account we already created. So this can also use for the what you call for other payables GL account. We will use the same payable account. Okay. Or we'll create one more GL account just to differentiate. I will say that 225. So how to copy the GL account? Okay. So just here you can keep the cursor. Here the copy button is there. Okay. So just you can change the GL account. Either you can hit on the create button, or if you want to create with the reference GL account, you can also copy. Okay. Create. I'll say that 225 8G00. GL account. Press P0. Okay, continue. Accounts group liabilities, balance sheet. Okay. Payable GL account. Payable GL account. This bills payable GL account we have created for sundry creditors. Okay. This is for normal, open item GL accounts related. Hit on the save. Okay. Now create the salaries payable GL account in FS00. Go to FS00. So change company code A100. So line of the liabilities, I'll create 225 to 230. 2025. Okay, hit on the create button. 2025. Hit on continue. Okay, liability GL account. It is a balance sheet. The first criteria is balance sheet GL account. Okay, salaries payable GL account. Okay. Then, sorry, I am under the IB01. I have to change the company code. Sorry. FS00. Hit on the create button. 2025. Our company code is A100. Continue. Now, liabilities, balance sheet GL account. Okay. Here, salaries payable GL account. Group account is 225. Okay. Control data. As I said, if you are going with 2 to 3 years experience, I would say that 50% weightage from the GL master data. So they ask you the key fields, what we are discussing now. Okay. In interview, people will expect answer. Okay. So in experienced way, not if you say that 2 years experience. Okay. So their impression that you would have been created a number of GL account, you would have been addressed a number of issues. Okay. So your explanation should be as experienced guy. So currency is INR. Okay, as I said, line item display indicator is mandatory for open item GL accounts. I'll select the open item management. Okay, it is not relevant for reconciliation accounts. Open item management is not relevant for reconciliation account types. Okay, if I don't select here line item display, observe the error. A sort key still we have not discussed. Select any sort key. I would say that posting date. Go to create and bank interest, select the G001, or you can also select field status variant is you see here, clearing nature, clearing accounts. Okay, you can select this. Okay, so some of the fields would be enabled based on the field status variant. Okay, hit and continue. Try to save it. We have not selected line item display indicator. Save. So what it is saying that open item management only defined for line item display. LID, line item display indicator is mandatory for those GL accounts which are managed under the open item basis. Not. Okay, line item display. Mandatory. Mandatory to be activate for all GL accounts managed under open item management status. So go back and activate the line item display. Now hit on the save. Okay, hit on the save. Okay, GL account was saved. A100. So salaries payable GL account we have created. Now let's create another GL account. Rent payable GL account. Rent payable GL account. Same properties I'll copy. Keep the cursor, hit on the copy. Okay. How to create the reference GL account. Keep the cursor on salary payable account, hit on the copy. Now change the GL account number 2026. Create GL account with reference. Okay. I'll say that rent payable GL account. Okay, continue and just change the description. Okay. Remaining properties are the same. and interest. And then save. Okay. So similarly, create another GL account. Insurance payable account. Okay. With the cursor and hit on the copy. Or you can also create it on the create. I'll say that 2027. Okay. 2027. Change the description. What is that? Insurance payable account. Insurance payable GL account. Okay, control data. And bank interest. And then save. Okay. Then one more GL account, GRIR clearing account. You may ask 3 questions. Let's say while creating the GL accounts, user or business missed to activate the open item management account. Later on, so they realized they wanted to enable the open item management in the GL master data. Is it possible to activate the open item management? Okay, yes, it is possible. We will see that later. GRIR clearing account. Let's keep the cursor and the copy 2028. Okay, and continue. In the description, done. Save. So we have created few GL accounts under the open item management. Okay, I will summarize the open item management concept. So this open item management indicator need to be selected for balance sheet GL accounts, and those balance sheet GL accounts should be in clearing in nature. Okay, so the balance of the so those GL accounts managed under the open item management, okay, at the end balance will always be 0 upon clearing. Okay, so that is this open item management, it allows to make the document or to make the document status as open and clear. Okay, so this is the open item management functionality. One of the key field in FS00 GL master data. Yes, madam. Someone is raised hand. Anniversary. guys. So any questions from anyone? So tomorrow we'll discuss. There are two more key fields we need to understand. One is the start key. Of course, this is simple, and we have another indicator is post automatically only. This indicator for which GL accounts we will select, and the rest of the fields what we see in the GL master data we will discuss at the respective time. Okay, these are the fields while we are going to create.
Hello.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, I have to know the list of company codes we have to check, right?
Yes, I'll show you now. I will show you.
Oh.
Okay, you asked me that how I filtered it, right? Okay, I'll show you that. Okay. So, alright. So we are discussing about so two more functionalities we need to understand. One is post automatical indicator, and the rest of the fields we will understand at the respective time. Okay. So whatever the fields we discussed, okay, so that one must understand while creating the GL account. Okay, so we do also have other fields like exchange rate difference key and tax category, okay, other tolerance groups, authorization group. These indicators we will understand at the respective time. Okay, so when the scenario, if we discuss in detail, then only you would be able to understand fields. Yes, madam. So to your question, so you can go to the SPRO. So what I did on that day, upon creation of the company codes, enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, define company codes. Okay. What I did filtered here. So this is, you can also in the table level as well. Okay. Go to table view. Here the print option is there. What I did here, I just filtered company codes. Here the filter option is there. A100. Here multiple selections you have. A100, A200, A300. I just filter like this. Okay. Continue. So that we will see what are the company codes we created. This is what you are expecting, madam?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, what I did here. So I went here after creation of the company codes, table view, print, and I just selected. So you can also check. This is one way to check, filter. You have to keep the cursor on company code and you have the filter option here. If you filter, and you will also see the multiple selections and give the company codes which you have been created. A100, A200 and A300. This is one way to check. Okay. You can also check in the table level. Okay. So what is the table level? T001. Okay. If you go to SC16N, so that is the transaction code /N SC16N. Here T001. This is the table where the all company codes information will be stored. If you don't know the company, company codes. Let's say I want to see the company codes under the company codes which are being created in country specific. So what I'll see, so country code we have. Okay. So let's say I want to see the company codes which are being created in India. Okay, I have created n number of company codes. Let's say, so I want to see the company codes are being created in this client. Okay, in this system. What I'll do, I'll keep the country code and it will execute. Okay, these many company codes are created so far. So India, okay, where you want to see the company codes for the specific country, let's go to T001 and enter the country code, and based on that you would be able to see all the company codes for that specific country. Okay, this is another way. I hope your doubt is clear, madam.
Yeah, clear. Thank you.
Okay. So any other questions from anyone? Alright guys, so we continue the class in the next